I'm LaDonna Lockard, and this is Max Convos. I'm back again today with Jake Felter. Jake, this is the funnest. You were my very first guest on Max Convos. I am delighted to have you back. How are you, my friend?
I am privileged. I'm grateful in the season of gratitude and Thanksgiving. Obviously, I feel very fortunate to be a guest, I guess, but also the first. So yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, thank you. I'm hanging in here. I'm hanging in. I wanted to chat with you a little bit today. You are someone who I know is such an expert in different realms of the mortgage industry, right? You carry different qualities in you than what I see in kind of a lot of people out there. And that's saying a lot because I'm on the road a lot. I meet a lot of different people. You have this sweet charm about you, but there's a little more to that. The first time you were here, we talked about advocacy. We talked about how passionate you are for advocating within the mortgage industry. I want to peel it back just a little bit from that. Let's talk about networking, because I think in order to find those areas that you're actually passionate about, so much of that comes from your network. It comes from the people that you're meeting. That's where you really find what you're actually what your care is in, where you're invested. So I want to know from you, what's networking like for you?
Yeah, I love the topic, and I love networking, and very kind intro into that question. Expert obviously is in the eye of the beholder, so I don't know if I wear that crown appropriately, but yeah, I do love our industry. I do love our industry, and what I've found over the last several years is network comes when you meet people who have that same passion. And as a mortgage insurance rep for 10 years, I met a lot of people in the loan officer space, the ops space, and just being able to talk to them about why they do what they do, the process of helping borrowers, helping consumers get to a better place by owning a home, by moving into a better neighborhood, and in the various groups that I'm a part of, networking groups. The biggest one I would have to say is the CMB Society, the Certified Mortgage Bankers. Again, in the season of gratitude, I want to try to keep that theme going through the conversation. Very grateful that I had the opportunity when I was at United Guarantee to be sponsored and pushed through that as sort of a guinea pig, and it really opened up my network, opened my eyes to a lot of things in the industry that I thought I knew, and it's just such a great community. I strongly encourage anybody who's ever thought about it or considered it to take the path. If you need a sponsor, please reach out to me. I'll sponsor you. I know people that will do that will do maybe a better job than I will, but I'm glad to help. But, and I've talked about this a lot as well. In November of 2021, I found myself in the unfortunate spot of looking for a new job. I was included in a reduction and a layoff. And it was really a refreshing time. It was a very affirming time for me. I've equated it to being able to go to your own funeral. I got so much affirmation and feedback from people that I'd worked with for a long time, but really from that society, from people in the society, and two or three people that I could throw out names of some of my good friends who introduced me in the first week. Before I even really knew what was going on in the first week, they introduced me to 15 to 20 people that I didn't know yet. And they were pushing my resume out. They were giving me endorsements. That really solidified what I saw about the CMB Society and the community that exists there. So, and then through that, again, I think we talked previously about the National Advocacy Conference that's organized and put on by the NBA. Great conference. It's probably one of my favorite conferences that I attend. It's a chance, and I'd say again, I'll encourage this spring. Think about being involved in the NAC and the advocacy conference. We've got a big change just happened, and that could mean big things for the housing industry and for real estate in general. So I think this next conference in the spring will be paramount for folks who really are passionate about what we do in this industry. So
You're amazing. You're amazing. I could not agree more. If you were to give just one piece of advice to someone who either maybe is struggling right now to find their motivation within this industry, or, I mean, it's been a hard couple of years for a lot of people. Where would you say they should go to try to find those people who can help to bolster them up right now?
Yeah, that's a great question to talk about, or a great topic to talk about. I think it starts at the local associations. I'm in Birmingham. We have a state mortgage bankers association. A lot of places have different chapters in their communities. Over the last 2 or 3 years, I've gotten really involved in the Nashville Mortgage Bankers. That's a great community of mortgage professionals who collaborate and help each other in every way they can. And it's not just your executives. It's not just your top producing loan officers. Anybody can be a part of an association, a part of a trade association or networking group. You can be, I think ops directors, compliance folks, capital markets, everybody can be involved in those, and it really broadens the network in those local communities. So yeah, there are those opportunities at the local level. Obviously, being involved at the national level just creates going to mortgage bankers events or mortgage broker events or real estate events. You will always find opportunities to network. And it's interesting. What a lot of people are surprised to find out about me is I'm not a work the room guy. I'm not a guy who wants to walk into a room full of people I don't know and just start networking. But when I find somebody that knows somebody and I start to broaden that, then you've got that piece that connects. And I think we've talked about it before. I love to connect people. I love to be connected with people that are connected with people that I look up to and admire. So I think at the local level, you can get involved in your state and local chapters. There are online groups, online communities on social media that you can be a part of, and just staying up to date on resources. I've really enjoyed. So Rich, I know you had a Mike's Convo with Rich Swerbinsky. I struggled with that one. But the Thursday webinars that he and Rob Chrisman have started doing have been really, really good. Some great guests. I think they're doing that every Thursday, and it's been really insightful to be a part of those. There's always those types of communities and those types of resources that you can tap into and get to know other people.
I love that. I love that. And I'm with you. I think networking is one of those things. It comes back to you, and the more you give to it, the more you end up getting in return. So I'm with you completely. Well, as always, I'm so happy to chat with you. You are the mayor of the MBA. I love giving you that title because it's so true. And you've proven yet again that networking advice really can ring so true for so many people. You just need to act on it. Take it to heart. Get out there, really become an advocate for this industry, and you'll watch it come back to you.
No, it's like you said, we go through ups and downs, and in those downs, you got to have community. You got to have like-minded people that you can lean on and support one another. So,
got it. I agree. Right. Well, thank you again for being here. I'm LaDonna Lockard, and this is Max Convos.
For more on these and all of today's top stories, go to nationalmortgageprofessional.com.